Temperature is rising up.
Standing here with my good buddy Billy Grotto from Twisted Tea. We're at the Horse Magazine's annual chopper show at the Full Throttle Saloon in Sturgis, South Dakota. If you're not here, man, you gotta be hating it. Bitchin' motorcycles everywhere. The place is packed. Got a chance to catch up with Bill about his shovelhead side hack, man. Anybody who reads the Cycle Source magazine, you guys might have seen this thing coming up through the magazine. And
I've been with the brewery for 15 years, but I've been on the road with the events and festivals for 3 years. Well, what happened was that we started selling Twisted Tea in Florida, and it was blowing up. So I focused solely on Twisted Tea, and we were in Daytona, and we did Daytona Bike Week. And the Monday after Daytona Bike Week, the office just got inundated with people calling up and emailing saying, hey, I tasted Twisted Tea in Daytona, where can I get it in Indiana, where can I get it in Pennsylvania, where can I get it in Ohio, wherever. And then we thought we were onto something, so we did Leesburg, we did another couple of rallies. The guys from the marketing department called me up and were like, hey man, we should get an Orange County chopper. And I was like, nah, man, we ain't getting no Orange County chopper. I'm like, we gotta do something cool. We want me to restore something cool. So that's when we restored the Survey car. And we brought that to the Lone Star Rally in Galveston, and it was a huge hit. We entered in the Lone Star Rally show there and we won. And it just kind of blew up from there, you know, because Twisted Tea is a brand that, you know, for me, I like to look for brands that have a soul. Well, Twisted Tea, it's real brewed iced tea. I mean, it's not, you know, something that's made in a warehouse, you know, it's not chemicals, it's brewed tea that we brew, and then we add alcohol to it, the same alcohol that's in beer. You know, so it's not something like, hey, you know, let's take some alcohol, flavor it like tea, and put it out there and see if somebody buys it. You know, there are people that actually brew the tea and make this product that care enough about it to put something good in the can.
I wanted to stop by here and talk to him. You know, you're cruising around on the Survey car for so long. What's the reaction when people are coming up to you, seeing this new motorcycle from Twisted?
Oh, thanks, Chris. Yeah, man, people love it because, you know, you just don't see sidecars all the time anymore. You know, a lot of people are riding three-wheelers and stuff because that's kind of when we get old, we're getting into those things. But I always love the bike with a hack on the side of it.
This comes from Boston Beer Company. That's right. Brewers are Sam Adams, and we also make a cider called Angry Orchard. Sam Adams has spent, you know, it's 25 to 30 years since Jim Cook started brewing it in his kitchen, building its reputation on brewing and quality ingredients and awards and just bringing back the honor and dignity. Twisted Tea is a little different. Twisted Tea is more about fun. It's more about kicking back. We use the same quality ingredients, of course, because we are the Boston Beer Company. Those values that were instilled in me early on are the ones that I carry today, selling Twisted Tea and doing what I do at events and festivals. We built the Survey car. I was doing events and festivals, and I was hitting the rallies around the country, and that's you know, pretty much what we identified as a sweet spot to sample and sell Twisted Tea. My season starts in February. And then I go pretty hard to November, and I'll be in about 25 different events and festivals, bike rallies and stuff. And I'll do all the major bike rallies. That I just did Evil Knievel Days, which wasn't so much as a bike rally as it was kind of like a fair. But you know, we bring Twisted Tea to the masses. So wherever they're drinking a lot of beer, and whenever we can interact with people and tell them our story and introduce them to the brand, we're going to go. People at Cycle Source, Chris, of course, yourself. I mean, I want to be there for these people, you know, because these people are there for me. And that's what I love so much about the motorcycle industry, is because the people are real. But what we all have in common is our integrity, and our word is our bond. People who, it's not their job, it's their life. You know, Chris, Cycle Source isn't your job, it's your life, man. Everybody sees the part of my job that they say, oh man, you get to go around to all these bike rallies, you get to ride, you get to hang out with all these girls and stuff, and you know, that's the fun part of the job. Then I hit the bars before a lot of them open, and I'm in the coolers counting inventory, and I'm calling the wholesaler and saying, hey man, you know, Broken Spoke's low on tea, you got to get it in there. And then I'm shuffling product around, and I'm dropping samples here and there, you know, getting the promo models to the location and sampling the people and handing out the prizes, and everything you see pretty much happens between me and a 20-foot enclosed trailer. You know, both the bikes, all the blow-ups, all the banners, the tents. You know, whether it's in Sturgis or whether it's in Daytona or Las Vegas Bike Week or wherever, you know, their relationship is just like we just left off. You know what I mean? So it's yeah, it's hard work. It's a lot of work. It's long hours. We come to events and festivals because that's where the people are, and we can interact with them. We can sample them on tea, and you know what? They might not buy a Twisted Tea right then and there, and that's totally cool. But they've got to taste it and interact with the brand and see what we're about, and see that we have a soul, and see that we got a story to tell. And next time they're in the liquor store, they're going to buy a Twisted Tea and say, hey man, I remember that stuff. It tasted pretty good. And I remember the Twisted Tea girls, and I remember the bikes, you know, and it's brand building. You know, I mean, Augustus Busch was doing this in the turn of the century, and so was Lem Motlow and Jack Daniels. That's really why we come to events and festivals, because that's where you build a brand. It's where you interact with people. So, you know, I mean, like I said, I mean, I have so much respect for Anheuser-Busch and the branding that they built. I mean, their marketing department's unbelievable. I mean, that is the story behind that brand. It's an iconic image, the same way that, you know, the wooden barrels are for Jack Daniels. Our iconic image I'd like to have be the motorcycles, you know, the Twisted Tea Survey car. That makes people choose a brand, because people have infinite choices today. And if that one inkling of an eye that they remember us, and remember Twisted Tea, and remember the images, the way they remember the Clydesdales, they remember Twisted Tea, you know, that's the stuff that we're after. When you love what you do, you never go to work. But you know what? It's all worth it, because I get to do what I love. I get to hang out with people that I love to hang out with. I get to ride these great motorcycles, and I get to build a brand that I really believe in. So, and Twisted Tea has a soul and a story, and that's what we're doing. We're just trying to tell it to people.